Kitchen Island Bakery. It smells so good in here on King Street in Hamilton, being joined by one of the owners, co-owner, Alex. Herself and her husband own this beautiful store. Temporarily yours for a couple of years because we're part of the collective kitchen. Tell me a little bit about the story, the history, the background. How did it come to be?
Okay, so we have quite a history. So we started in early spring of 2020, lockdown, pandemic. I started baking and delivering pastries. We did this assorted pastry box every Sunday. You were pre-ordering and we were delivering around the city. And it did bring lots of smiles to people's faces over the lockdown.
Yeah.
People were sending each other. We also offered subscriptions. And so people were getting on a regular basis every Sunday their boxes.
They probably couldn't wait. That was like the highlight of their week.
That was the amazing thing. When I was driving, I see like smiles on people's faces looking out the window, waiting for the car to stop by their door. It was amazing. It was so rewarding. And so we offered subscription. We did it for almost 2 years. Then we slowly expanded to farmers markets and some wholesale around the city.
That's excellent.
And then we had the opportunity last November to take over this shop. It's part of the Kitchen Collective. And we open our door to the neighborhood here. Also, my husband and I, we live close by. So we know that there is not a lot of like places to grab your coffee and a little treat. So it was totally a perfect location and perfect timing for us.
When did you guys move to Canada?
So we moved to Canada actually yesterday. No, I'm lying. We moved to Canada 10 years ago.
Okay.
Yesterday was our first anniversary of being citizens. That's why I got
congratulations. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And did you have a bakery in Israel as well?
No, we did. So both of us met. We worked in a French restaurant. So we did work in hospitality. Then that was during my university years. Then I was working in public relations, completely different life. And when we moved to Canada, actually, that's where I was like, I always wanted to be a pastry chef, but I never had the gut to do it. And when we moved to Canada, I said, we're doing such a big change in our life, so why wouldn't I try and so I went to George Brown. I did the 2-year baking and pastry program.
And you loved it.
And I never looked back.
Wow.
It was one of the best.
That's amazing. Okay, well, coming up, we're actually going to get a tour inside the kitchen, and we're going to check some stuff out, give you a little bit of a background of the Kitchen Collective. All that and more coming up on Morning Live. The Kitchen Island Bakery and Cafe is where we are today, all part of the Kitchen Collective. Alex is joining me. I've never heard of the Kitchen Collective before, but you're starting to explain the concept to me, and I think it's really quite fascinating.
It is, and I think it's really unique to Hamilton. So it's a non-profit kitchen space, shared kitchen space. Like, we're very familiar with offices, shared offices, but this is a shared kitchen. Right now we're alone here, but usually there are like 4 stations and 4 different businesses operating at the same time. We rent by an hour. We have a schedule where we go and book our time in the kitchen. And this is an amazing incubator for small businesses because you are paying hourly, but you don't have to commit to buying expensive equipment and big things. You can just test the water as you start your food business. And this is amazing. Without that, honestly, I wouldn't be able to start a bakery because the initial investment in bakery, buying ovens and mixers and fridges and freezers, it can easily go to $100,000.
Yeah, easily.
So starting here and testing the water was an amazing opportunity for us. And it's actually a very nice community of like-minded people who we help each other with like advices. Oh, I did it here, I bought it there. So it's an amazing creative hub in the city.
You can share your secret ingredients.
Totally, we do share ingredients. For example, we have a vegan and gluten-free bakery here, and she really liked how one of our bars looked like. So I gave her our recipe, she veganized it.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, and now she's doing it for her. And the same, there was another cookie recipe that was vegan and gluten-free, so she sent it over to me. She's like, oh, you have all these ingredients, you should try that.
You need to try it.
So it's a very supportive, encouraging community of...
Gosh, I love that. And you all get to take turns kind of having the front area for a couple of years to really kind of showcase what you're creating, this storefront environment.
So we are now owning the store, but it's only for 2 years. And the reason for that is that it's meant to be kind of like
it's rotating. Like your springing step, you know?
Exactly. You establish your client base, you establish your basement, and then
Off you go.
exactly, and make room for another business to grow.
I love that.
Yeah, it's an amazing, and it's very unique to Hamilton.
Coming up, we are going to be making a croissant. You're not going to want to miss this. I'm really hoping I do a good job because I'm really impressed with the treats that are here. Well, it's time to make the croissant, and right now we're actually rolling out the dough, but we're not using an old-fashioned rolling pan. What's going on, Alex? This is a really cool machine.
It is. It's called a dough laminator, and it helps us. It's basically mimicking the action of a rolling pin, but it's mechanic. So
it's
my
easier.
shoulder muscles are very grateful for that.
I bet.
And it allows us to produce a larger amount because, again,
There's no waste.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I don't need to put my sore. I don't need to.
You can work a lot longer because you don't need to take the time off for a massage. I get it.
So this is the initial piece of dough.
Okay.
We're taking it and we're gonna fold a very lovely chunk of butter into it.
This is all butter.
Ta-da!
Oh,
because what is a croissant without butter, right?
This is what they mean by butter croissant right here.
Yeah. But don't worry, will yield about between 30 and 40 croissants. So it's kind of like getting the
that's nothing then.
Right?
All right.
You
Okay.
see, then it makes it easier. Okay.
Yeah.
So we actually right now creating the layers of the croissant.
Okay.
Of the butter and
The dough.
So
my
we
gosh.
can fold it like into here. Stretch it a little bit. Okay. Pinch, 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 pinch.
Are croissants one of your top sellers?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
I love that when we first came in here, there were a lot of moms with babies, and it's I feel like it's got a really good community vibe.
It is, and that's when we started. That's what we wanted to create, and actually that's why we call the business Kitchen Island, because the Kitchen Island in our house is the center of our house. That's where we start the day with the kids.
Yeah.
That's where we host when friends are coming over.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to give the same feeling to my customers as if they're coming to my place and I'm taking care of them.
What a great name. That's amazing.
Thank
I love
you.
that.
So now I will try to show this little sandwich.
The butter sandwich.
A butter sandwich.
Delicious.
So we're gonna roll it thin and fold it.
Okay.
And that's how we create the layers of the croissant.
Okay, ready. How many times do you have to roll it?
So we give it 3 folds. It's a 3-day process actually to make croissants.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I had no idea.
I did the first dough yesterday. It needs to rest in the fridge.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna give the dough all these folds. It's gonna go back, rest in the fridge. Then we're gonna shape the croissants, and tomorrow we're gonna be baking. So we started yesterday. We're doing it today and finish it tomorrow.
Okay, well I guess I'll be back in 3 days, Alex. You can expect me to come. We're doing more baking coming up. Stay with us right here on Morning Live. Well, as you can see, Alex and I have been very busy baking in the kitchen here. We've come up with all of these treats. Just kidding, Alex made all of them. But I learned how to make a croissant, and what are we going to learn how to make now?
So now we're going to be making a challah bread, which is a traditional Jewish bread for Shabbat dinner, which is Friday night dinner.
Okay.
The unique thing about our challah, we're going to roll it to this size. What a unique thing about our challah is that it's vegan.
Okay.
We were able to come up with a recipe that does not include egg, which is usually a traditional component. So we want to put them in straight lines like that.
Okay.
And that is actually allowing more people to enjoy our treats. And we have a few families that their little ones are allergic to eggs, and they were so happy that they were able to find a challah bread that is vegan.
That's amazing.
And they can share. And they bring it to their daycares, and I love to hear the stories of what people are where
That's got to be the
ends
best part of the job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're gonna focus on making the braid. You wanna maybe get them slightly closer. Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Okay, so we start in the middle. I will show you. We're gonna do a braid. That is pretty easy so far.
I know how to braid. I just can't remember.
It's a little bit tricky.
I'm like, I know how to braid hair,
Yeah.
but bread, not so much.
Here,
Yeah.
and then here.
Oh, right.
Yeah, you
okay.
gotta
I got it.
Yeah,
I got
so-
it. Here, then here,
And
and here.
yeah.
Got it.
Okay, but now we're gonna make it even trickier. We're gonna
Great.
hold this and
Uh-huh.
flip. You can do it.
Flip.
And we'll do the same. Yeah,
Yep.
you're gonna lift this one
Yep.
and pull.
Start over here.
Tap, tap,
Okay.
tap. There are so many
wait.
ways to make how to braid a challah, but I find this one creates the most even loaf.
Okay, I think I've gone wrong here. What have I done?
You're doing perfect.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then you wanna pinch both ends.
Okay.
You turn it around like this. Yeah, you wanna pinch both ends so it doesn't open on us.
Okay.
And like make a little thing, and you wanna tuck it under so we only see the beautiful part.
Ah, okay.
And here we have a tray with sesame. You hold your challah and you dip it like this.
Okay.
Perfect. And we got a tray right there.
Oh, excellent. And that's it.
And that's it.
Wow, that was so simple. Oh,
Right?
Mine doesn't look as nice as yours.
Yours is. Your look amazing. Hey, it's your first challah.
You know
Come
what?
on.
It is my first one. Well, thank you so much for having us. Some of the other delicacies that they have here include carrot cake. They've got croissants. What are these ones quickly?
This is cardamom, pastry cream, and rhubarb.
Oh my gosh, I don't think it could get any better, but they've got a full store here. They've got a nice storefront. You can grab coffee, come with your friends, hang out right at the kitchen island. That is where all the parties happen anyway, so why not check it out in the morning? Thanks, Alice, for having us. We
Thank
had a
you
great
for
time.
visiting us. Me too.